This tutorial will cover adding employers for worksite placement, and payroll upload. In the Customer Service Center, you go to the tab that looks like a bulleted list for worksite placement. You will land on the Worksite Placement tab. But before you do any worksite placement, you do need to add employers. To add employers, select the project, select your agency if you have access to more than one, and then filter. It will show you all of the employers that are already in your list. If you do need to add a new employer, go to the Worksite Placement tab, select your project, select your provider if you have access to more than one, filter, and then if you also still don't see your employer, click the blue button that says Add Employer Worksite. Then you'll want to follow the steps and add a new employer. You'll want to fill in the information. Is the employer the worksite? Check that box if it is. Then you'll want to look up the NAICS code by typing in a general category and then click Search. We have welding and soldering equipment manufacturer. Select. Then we'll scroll down. We'll need to add phone number and address information and a primary contact. Once you have all the information filled in, click Next Step. Then you'll need to look up the SOC code. This is where you enter the job. Select Search, select, put a description in, fill in the rest of the information. When it comes to employment type, it depends on whether this is an apprenticeship position, a pre-apprenticeship, or a full-time job. Whatever type of job it is, you want to select that. What's the hourly wage for placement? How many openings do they have? And you can pick from a list or enter. And what's the estimated length in weeks? And our apprenticeship is going to be a whole year, so that's 52 weeks. And then we're going to click Finish. And then the employer will show up in your list if you filter. And lastly, on the worksite placement section is payroll. You would want to select your Apprenticeship Illinois program. You would want to select the agency that you're working with and filter to see if there's any particular payroll associated with your project. Otherwise, you can add payroll, select a start date and end date for the payroll period. Download a payroll template. It will open up in an Excel file that you will want to save to your files. And then you'll want to open that document, fill in the hours worked, and if there was a subsidized wage associated with it, it will automatically fill there. Then you can track that, close it, make sure that it saves with the same name. Once you have that saved, then you will click on the Upload Payroll Template. Upload the payroll template. And then upload. It will give you a overview of how many customers you had, what the total wages were. If there were any errors, you can view the payroll records, and then if it all looks correct, you'll want to upload the file, add a description, It's important to have a description so that if you have similar documents with the same similar names, that you can identify what the actual document is based on the description. And then upload.